Mastering the greatsword isn't just about hitting hard, it's also about knowing exactly what to do next to stay aggressive and stay alive. Every attack is a commitment, and the wrong move can leave you wide open. That's why understanding your combos isn't optional, it's essential. In this guide, I'll break down every combo, every option, and how to use them to stay mobile, stay alive, and hit like a truck. I'll also cover playstyles, animation cancels, and builds, with updates in the description if anything changes in future patches. The greatsword is slow, but that doesn't mean it has to be clunky. You can combo into mobility options and some of the strongest defensive tools in the game, but only if you know how to use them. And it all starts with mastering your core combo, the charge slash combo. Press the top face button 3 times to perform charge slash, strong charge slash, and true charge slash. After strong charge slash, you can press the right face button for an optional strong wide slash. You can walk a small distance after each attack without losing your place in the combo. This isn't too useful by itself, but it's important for an animation cancel that we'll cover later. Other combos often shortcut back into the charge slash combo, so it's important to have it memorized. The charge slash combo's main feature is the ability to charge attacks for more damage. Holding the top face button lets you charge attacks up to 3 levels, with your character flashing white, yellow, and then red as the charge builds. If you hold the button for too long, you'll overcharge the attack. This forces you to release the attack, and its damage will be reduced to the damage of a level 2 charge. You won't always have time to charge your attacks, but when you do, it's best to manually release the button for higher damage. The first attack in the chain, Charge Slash, is unique since it has an uncharged form, called Overhead Slash. This move is commonly used to draw your weapon for a quick hit. When drawing into Overhead Slash, be sure to quickly tap the button. Holding it too long will trigger an uncharged Charge Slash, which is slower but deals the same amount of damage. There are no uncharged versions of Strong Charge Slash or True Charge Slash, since you charge the attack during the windup. Strong Wide Slash doesn't charge independently like the other attacks. Instead, it inherits its charge level from the attack that came before it. This makes it an amazing tool for burst damage if you charged the previous attack. If you get knocked back with your weapon out, you can shortcut into Strong Wide Slash by pressing the top or right face button. This isn't that useful, but once in a blue moon, you can shortcut into the final attack of your combo, True Charge Slash. The second hit is the strongest single hit in the game, but to reach its full potential, both hits of the attack must connect. Landing the first hit significantly boosts the second hit's damage. Performing True Charge Slash commits you to a long animation, so it's important to know your follow-up options. Rising Slash, Guard, Roll, and Perforate. I'll cover every option in detail later in the guide, but first, let's talk about Focus Mode. You can enter Focus Mode at any time by holding the left trigger. It's an incredibly powerful tool for 3 reasons. First, it extends the range of your attacks. When facing a monster with Focus Mode on, each attack pulls your character towards the monster, giving you a bit of extra reach. Second, it allows you to aim your attacks using your camera. Without Focus Mode, your combo is locked into its initial direction, but with it, you can freely turn and attack in any direction. The default Focus Mode camera speed is a little slow, so I recommend increasing it in the settings for more responsive aiming. While charging attacks, you can aim with the left stick, making it easier to control without needing an awkward claw grip on the right stick and the top face button. That said, the right stick still has its uses. The second hit of True Charge Slash can be aimed independently using the right stick. Now, aiming is good, but what's often overlooked is pre-aiming. Activating Focus Mode makes your character quickly turn in the direction your camera is facing. By pre-aiming your camera, you can strategically rotate the second hit of True Charge Slash. Here's a practical example. When a monster is asleep, the first hit of damage it takes is doubled. Because of this, we want to use the second hit of True Charge Slash to wake up the monster. While landing the first hit boosts the second hit's damage, only the first hit to land gets doubled. To land just the second hit, aim your camera at the monster, attack parallel to your target, and activate Focus Mode right before the second hit of True Charge Slash. The third reason focus mode is so powerful is that it gives you access to your focus strike, Perforate. Perforate is so important that it has its own section later in the video. Offset Rising Slash is the backbone of Greatsword's defense. It can negate or even interrupt incoming melee attacks, which allows you to trade blows with the monster and come out on top. Successful offsets can also combo into your hardest hitting moves, True Charge Slash and Follow-Up Cross Slash. To perform a Rising Slash, press the top and right face button at the same time. Holding the buttons charges the attack, turning it into Offset Rising Slash. It needs to be charged to at least level 1 to counter attacks. Unlike other charged attacks, overcharging Offset Rising Slash doesn't reduce its damage. Offset Rising Slash does have weaknesses. It deals less damage than Charge Slash, and has worse follow-up options if you don't offset an attack. Because of this, you should avoid using it in situations where you're not able to trade hits. Additionally, it's your only defensive option that doesn't work against projectiles. While Offset Rising Slash has a slow startup, it's a powerful option because it's available after most attacks. You can use it after every move in the Charge Slash combo, except for Strong Wide Slash. It also requires less commitment than your other charged attacks, since you can cancel it by rolling during the charge animation. This is useful if you charge too early, or realize you can't offset the next attack. It's difficult to use Offset Rising Slash reactively. To do that, you would need to see the monster's attack, charge up to at least level 1, and release the offset before getting hit. It's much more reliable to use it proactively. Often, it's worth charging Offset Rising Slash before you know which attack the monster will use. This allows you to gain higher charge levels and puts you in a position where you're ready to release the offset. If you guessed wrong, you can roll out of your charge. This is matchup dependent, but betting on an attack you can offset regularly pays off. To do this properly, you want to wait for the monster's current attack sequence to end, and start charging right before its new attack sequence begins. You also want to stand in a position that baits out favorable attacks. After a successful offset, you can shortcut into True Charge Slash with the top face button, or Leaping Wide Slash with the right face button. I'll cover Leaping Wide Slash in depth later. Just because you can combo into another attack doesn't mean you should. If the monster keeps attacking you, you can block the next attack with guard, or roll into another offset. If you land enough successful offsets, you'll throw the monster off balance, and your hunter will automatically pull themselves towards the monster. During this animation, you can perform Follow-Up Cross Slash by pressing the top face button. This attack inherits its charge level from Offset Rising Slash, and deals damage comparable to True Charge Slash. Be careful not to activate Follow-Up Cross Slash too early. If you don't give your hunter enough time to close distance, you can easily miss the first hit of the attack. Follow-Up Cross Slash shortcuts into Strong Charge Slash with the top face button, or Strong Wide Slash with the right face button. Strong Wide Slash inherits its charge level from Follow-Up Cross Slash. You can also combo into Perforate, which I'll talk about later. Guard is performed by holding the right trigger. Guarding attacks reduces your weapon's sharpness, but you receive significantly less damage. If you guard right before an attack lands, you perform a perfect guard. This can negate damage and knockback, allowing you to go on the offensive. After a perfect guard, you can combo into Charge Slash with the top face button, Rising Slash with the top and right face buttons, Wide Slash with the right face button, or Perforate with the left trigger and right bumper. Guard also provides utility outside of blocking. It's a quick way to draw your weapon into attacks that aren't overhead slash. Some moves can't combo directly into Rising Slash, but you can guard to end your combo and then perform the offset. Pressing the top face button while guarding combos into a kick. By itself, kick isn't that great, but it has good combo potential, so keep an eye out for it. Guard is an incredibly strong reactive option that's available after every attack. To maximize Guard's potential, you need to master the Guard Cancel, an animation cancel that lets you transition into Guard more quickly after an attack. Normally, Guard has a delayed startup after an attack. To perform a Guard Cancel, simply hold a direction with the left stick before holding the right trigger. Remember how you can walk a small distance between each attack? I suspect the Guard Cancel works because moving the left stick tells the game you want to start walking, which can then be cancelled into Guard. Keep in mind, Just because you can guard cancel doesn't mean you should. Your goal is to perfect guard, not to guard as soon as possible. You also shouldn't use guard as your main defensive option. By itself, guard deals no damage, so it's not a replacement for offset rising slash. Guard should be used to enable your aggression, since it lets you use attacks in positions that would otherwise be unsafe. Guard should also be used in emergencies when you have no other options. Guarding enough attacks can trigger a power clash. Mash the top face button to win the clash. If you win, you can combo into true charge slash with the top face button, or leaping wide slash with the right face button. Before I move on from guard, there's one more animation cancel I need to talk about, the focus cancel. This cancel lets you attack early or after a perfect guard. Without the cancel, there's a brief window where you can't release your charge slash or offset rising slash. This doesn't change the time it takes to fully charge attacks, so if you want a level 2 or 3 attack, it's fine to skip the cancel. To perform the focus cancel, the direction your character is facing cannot be aligned with the direction your camera is facing. I don't know why, it just works. To cancel into rising slash, hold the left trigger during perfect guard to enter focus mode, then press the top and right face buttons. To perform overhead slash, hold the left trigger, press the top face button, then release the left trigger. If you're using toggle focus mode, the conditions are the same, you just need to press the left trigger again to deactivate focus mode. If you're on PC, everything works the same, and you have an easier way to perform the overhead slash focus cancel. You can actually face forward and flick the camera in focus mode to perform the cancel. You don't have to deactivate focus mode for this method. Console players can do this as well, it's just extremely uncomfortable. For some reason, this method does not work for rising slash. The Greatsword's secondary combo is the wide slash combo. The wide slash combo is performed by pressing the right face button 3 times, followed by the top face button. The attacks are wide slash, tackle, leaping wide slash, and side blow. Keep in mind, only wide slash and tackle can combo into offset rising slash. You never want to use the wide slash combo by itself. The first attack, wide slash, isn't very good. Fortunately, there are several ways to shortcut into tackle and leaping wide slash, which are actually amazing. Both attacks give you solid mobility, and can inherit charge levels to boost their damage. Let's break down each move in detail. Wide slash is often overlooked because of its low damage and lackluster combo potential. Why would you wide slash into tackle when you could offset rising slash instead? There's no magic fix for low damage, but there are still a few reasons to use wide slash. Overhead slash, rising slash, and wide slash can be rotated between freely. If you need to delay your offset after an overhead slash or a rising slash, wide slash can be used as a combo filler. The alternative is rolling, which lets you reposition, but doesn't deal damage. Wide slash is also your fastest attack out of perfect guard if you can't perform the focus cancel. Additionally, it's useful for clearing out small monsters. After a strong wide slash, you can perform what I'll call weird wide slash. This attack can't combo into tackle, and shortcuts into strong charge slash rather than charge slash. If you need to offset rising slash after a strong wide slash, you can transition with guard, rolling, or weird wide slash. Unlike wide slash, tackle is really good. It can shortcut into the charge slash combo, and it's your third defensive option, along with offset rising slash and guard. Tackle has a few special properties. It has hyper armor, which prevents knockback and reduces the damage you take during the tackle. It also deals blunt damage, which means you can stun the monster if you repeatedly tackle its head. It deals higher stun than its damage would suggest, but stunning the monster isn't something you should always prioritize. If it happens, that's great, but trying to force it multiple times in Hunt can lower your damage over time. Instead of landing tackle, you could be landing offset rising slash. As a general rule, if you can't guarantee your follow-up, you probably shouldn't tackle through a monster's attack. There are several ways to shortcut into tackle. Aside from wide slash, there's charge tackle, roll tackle, and kick tackle. While charging charge slash, strong charge slash, or true charge slash, you can shortcut into tackle by pressing the right face button. After a roll, you can shortcut into tackle by pressing the top face button. You can also shortcut into tackle after a kick by pressing the top face button. If you press the top face button after a tackle, you can shortcut into strong charge slash. If you tackled out of the charging animation of strong charge slash or true charge slash, pressing the top face button shortcuts into true charge slash. If you tackle while charging an attack, tackle will inherit its charge level, dealing more damage and stun. You can't tackle while charging offset rising slash, but canceling the charge with a roll into a tackle will transfer the charge level to the tackle. Just like guard and perfect guard, tackling a brief moment before getting hit triggers a perfect tackle. A perfect tackle gives you even more damage reduction and can transfer its charge level into the following strong charge slash, true charge slash, or offset rising slash. Without a perfect tackle, these attacks need to be charged up from level 1. Now you might think that transferring a level 3 charge would overcharge you faster, but that's not the case. You still hold the attack just as long as an uncharged attack. You just start at a higher charge level. Leaping wide slash can be performed after tackle by pressing the right face button. Just like strong wide slash and tackle, leaping wide slash can inherit charge levels, which bumps it up from pretty good to absolutely nuts. For comparison, a level 3 leaping wide slash deals nearly the same damage as a level 3 charge slash, more than double the element in status, and 25% more part break in a fraction of the time. It can also inherit its charge level from Perforate, which I'll talk about in a minute. The only downside to leaping wide slash is that it doesn't have the best follow-up options. You can't offset rising slash or shortcut back into the charge slash combo. Instead, your options are guard, roll, or side blow. You can guard really quickly after leaping wide slash, but only in a forward direction. You'll need to activate focus mode if you want to guard behind you. Rolling can shortcut into tackle or combo into offset rising slash. Your final option is side blow. Side blow is a fast attack that deals blunt damage. It can be performed after a leaping wide slash by pressing the top face button. You can also shortcut from tackle into side blow by pressing the right trigger and the top face button. It deals low damage, but it gives you a burst of forward momentum and shortcuts into strong charge slash. Side blow leaves you vulnerable because it can't combo into offset rising slash or tackle, and guard comes out incredibly late. However, side blow is still useful for mobility and shortcutting into strong charge slash. For the greatsword, rolling is so much more than a defensive option. It's mobility, an animation cancel, and a combo tool, all in one button. Many of your attacks have long recovery animations that can be cancelled by rolling. If you need to sheath your weapon after an attack, rolling and sheathing is often faster than just sheathing. Rolling can also cancel the sharpening animation early, and since you can combo into tackle, you can immediately close distance and start attacking. Rolling into tackle is the foundation of greatsword's mobility. This combo can be looped or chained into leaping wide slash and side blow. Tackle and side blow shortcut into strong charge slash, so you have a solid damage option after closing distance. Roll and tackle can combo into offset rising slash, so you have a good defensive option as well. The greatsword's focus strike, Perforate, is one of its most important combo tools. Perforate is performed by holding the left trigger to enter focus mode and pressing the right bumper. The left stick can be used to perforate to the left or right. If you connect with a wound, you gain hyper armor and drag your greatsword through the monster, popping any wounds you run into. You can press the right bumper again during a successful perforate to cancel the move early. This is useful if the movement of perforate will ruin your positioning, or if you need to speed up your combo. You can also perform aerial perforates. If your weapon is drawn, enter focus mode with the left trigger and press the right bumper. If your weapon is sheathed, enter focus mode with the left trigger and press the top face button and the right bumper at the same time. You can launch yourself off your sacred to focus strike wounds that are normally too high to reach. Perforate is an incredibly powerful combo tool for 3 reasons. First, you can use it after any attack. This makes attacks with limited follow-up options like True Charge Slash significantly better. Second, Perforate has strong shortcut potential. If you don't connect with the wound, you can shortcut into Strong Charge Slash. If you do connect with the wound, you can shortcut into True Charge Slash. In both situations, pressing the right face button shortcuts into Leaping Wide Slash. Perforate can also combo into defensive options like Offset Rising Slash and Guard. The third reason Perforate is such a strong combo tool is because it can inherit charge levels and transfer them to Leaping Wide Slash. Remember, a level 3 Leaping Wide Slash deals a tremendous amount of damage for how fast it is. Perforate can inherit its charge level from every chargeable attack, except for Strong Wide Slash or Leaping Wide Slash. The best aerial attack is Jumping Charge Slash. It consistently deals the most damage and mount buildup. To perform Jumping Charge Slash, hold the top face button while in the air. If you land on the ground, it combos into Strong Charge Slash or Strong Wide Slash. If you're sliding down a hill, you can perform Charged Rising Slash by holding the top face button. Release it to launch yourself into the air, where you can perform a Plunging Thrust or Aerial Perforate. Plunging Thrust inherits charge levels and deals decent damage when charged, but in most situations, Jumping Charge Slash is the better option. In fighting games, neutral game refers to the state where neither player has a clear advantage or disadvantage. The primary goal during the neutral game is to gain an advantage, such as landing a hit, starting a combo, or forcing the opponent into a disadvantageous position. While this concept doesn't translate perfectly to Monster Hunter, it still applies in a useful way. The closest equivalent is when the monster is done with an attack sequence. You don't know what's coming next, and you need to be ready. But what's the best option in this moment? 90% of the time, it's Offset Rising Slash. It beats every option the monster has except repositioning and projectiles. Once you identify the attack you want to offset, the goal is to squeeze in as much damage as possible before and after, using Guard and Tackle to complement your offset. Once you've gained the advantage and knocked the monster down, your next decision is just as important. The best combo during a topple depends on several factors. How long you have until the monster gets up, your best shortcut into the Charge Slash combo, and if the monster has wounds. Instead of offering a one-size-fits-all approach that doesn't work in every situation, let's focus on general principles to help you make the best decision for each unique encounter. First, while True Charge Slash is your strongest single hit, your other attacks are just as important because they're more accessible. A common mistake new greatsword players make is tackling to skip straight to True Charge Slash, ignoring the rest of their toolkit. This is fine if you need Tackle's hyper armor, but if you're not at risk of being hit, you're missing out on damage. Second, extending your combo after True Charge Slash is just as important as reaching it. You have two main options, rolling into Tackle or using Perforate. Rolling into Tackle provides mobility and shortcuts into Strong Charge Slash. This is great if you need to reposition, but Perforate can offer better damage potential. Without wounds, Perforate shortcuts into Strong Charge Slash, just like Tackle. If it connects with a wound, it shortcuts into True Charge Slash. Perforate can also inherit charge levels and transfer them to Leaping Wide Slash. While Leaping Wide Slash doesn't offer the best follow-up options, it's an incredible combo finisher due to its high burst damage. Third, knowing how to shorten your combo is just as valuable as knowing how to extend it. For example, you can swap Charge Slash for Overhead Slash when you need to speed things up. Alternatively, you can keep Charge Slash, skip True Charge Slash, and use a level 3 Perforate into Leaping Wide Slash as your finisher. The best builds will probably change with every title update, so here's a crash course on what's good right now to give you a solid starting point. For armor, prioritize skills that grant affinity, or efficiently boost raw damage. Affinity increases your chance of landing critical hits, which multiply your damage. The best affinity skills at the moment are Maximum Might, Weakness Exploit, Antivirus, and Agitator. Maximum Might grants affinity when your stamina is full. The Greatsword doesn't use much stamina during combos, giving this skill excellent uptime. Weakness Exploit boosts your affinity when hitting weak points, which you already want to target. Antivirus is a bit more complex, so I'll explain it in the build section. Agitator provides both affinity and raw damage when a monster becomes enraged. Raw damage skills add a flat boost to your weapon's base damage, typically under certain conditions. The best raw damage skills for Greatsword are Agitator, Counterstrike, and Burst. Counterstrike says it activates when you get knocked back, but it also triggers when you tank attacks that would have knocked you back. That means tackling through attacks or offsetting them can activate Counterstrike. So whether you're stomping or getting stomped, Counterstrike is almost always active. Burst increases your damage for landing attacks, but most of the buff comes from the first hit, which is easy to trigger. You also get great value from a single point of burst. For weapon skills, prioritize Focus, Critical Boost, Offensive Guard, and Handicraft. Focus speeds up your charge attacks. It's a small difference for a single attack, but over a long combo, it's a significant DPS boost. It doesn't make you overcharge faster, so don't worry about that. Critical Boost increases the damage of your critical hits. Simple, but effective. Offensive Guard grants 15% more attack for 12 seconds after a well-timed guard. It doesn't even require a perfect guard. You can trigger it with an early guard and still get the buff. Handicraft extends sharpness by 10 points per level. Ideally, it should come as a bonus skill on your focus and offensive guard decorations. If you need a strong low-rank armor set, I highly recommend the Doshagma set. The set bonus, Powerhouse 2, grants 25 attack for 3 minutes after a successful clash or offset. If you play well, you can maintain high uptime on this buff. Free Meal 3 is a nice bonus, helping you save consumables early in the game. Now for high rank. I've kept the guide spoiler free so far, but I'll be mentioning some endgame monsters in this section. The first set uses 2 pieces of Jindahad, mainly for the skills, but also for the Binding Counter 1 set bonus. This grants 25 raw attack for 60 seconds after Power Clash or being immobilized. Not every monster has these mechanics, so this set is matchup dependent. It also includes 2 pieces of Gore Magala for the Black Eclipse 1 set bonus. This automatically infects you with the Frenzy virus when fighting large monsters. Overcoming the virus by dealing damage grants 15% affinity. The armor skill Antivirus makes this easier and adds another 10% affinity. Yes, it says 15, but the description is incorrect. The second set is my favorite of the 2. It uses 2 pieces of Fulgur Anjanath for the Second Wind 1 set bonus. This provides a small stamina bar extension, which synergizes with Maximum Might. As long as you don't dip into your base stamina, Maximum Might stays active, letting you tackle, guard, perforate, roll, and run without losing the buff. For both sets, the best greatsword is the Ardean Greatsword, Varianza. Ideally, aim for 1 sharpness reinforcement and 4 attack reinforcements. Before that, a good alternative is the Arkfeld Greatsword, Stalwart Lamrak. Thank you so much for watching. This guide took a lot of time and effort to create, so I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm planning guides for all 14 weapons, so if you're interested, consider subscribing.